Episode 4 The Siege of Echo Lake. The first rays of morning sunlight spilled gently across the waters of Echo Lake. Golden light danced upon the surface, turning every ripple into liquid glass. Tiny glowing lilies slowly opened with the dawn. The peaceful songs of unseen birds drifted through the cool morning air. For just a little while, it almost felt as though yesterday's fears had never happened. Kale stood at the edge of the dock, watching the calm water stretch toward the distant mountains. Behind him, Rowan yawned loudly as he wandered from Orion's cabin. I could get used to mornings like this. Kale smiled. If the world wasn't ending. Rowan laughed. Details. Nearby, Luna sat quietly beneath an ancient willow tree. The silver compass floated inches above her head. Unlike before, it no longer pointed towards the floating mountain. Instead, it spun in slow circles, as though it could no longer decide which path to follow. Mira noticed first. You wasn't doing that yesterday. Luna slowly nodded. It's confused. Orion stepped onto the porch carrying 4 wooden cups filled with steaming herbal tea. No, his voice remained calm. It is afraid. The 4 exchanged uneasy glances. Before anyone could ask another question, the lake changed. The perfectly smooth water began to ripple, not from wind, from something beneath it. The glowing lilies slowly drifted toward the center. Fish made of shimmering light vanished into the depths. Even the birds stopped singing. Orion looked towards the eastern mountains. They've arrived. Far beyond the lake, dark clouds gathered. They rolled across the sky like living smoke. Lightning flashed silently inside them. Then, a single figure appeared. He walked across the surface of the water. Each step froze the lake beneath his feet into black crystal. His armor resembled polished obsidian, etched with crimson veins that pulsed like a heartbeat. A tattered cloak drifted behind him despite the still air. His face was hidden beneath a broken silver mask. Only his glowing red eyes could be seen. He stopped several hundred yards from the dock. My name, his voice echoed across the valley, is Vargos. The mountain answered with distant thunder. I have come for the Guardian. No one moved. No one breathed. Even Orion remained perfectly still. Finally, the old fisherman sighed. I was hoping you'd come a little later. Vargos tilted his head. You knew. I always know. The Shadow General gave a quiet laugh. Then you also know. You cannot stop me. Without warning, the surface of Echo Lake exploded upward. Towering pillars of black crystal burst from beneath the water. The beautiful lake transformed into a forest of jagged obsidian. Dark creatures climbed from the shadows. Some resembled wolves, others looked like enormous birds. A few had no recognizable shape at all. Every one of them possessed glowing crimson eyes. Rowan instinctively reached for another arrow. There are hundreds. Kale drew his crystal sword. Then we'll stop hundreds. Luna quietly opened her spellbook. Blue light gathered around her fingertips. Mira took one nervous breath. Then another. She remembered the words from the whispering mirror. Do not fear your future. For the first time, she believed them. The shadow beast charged. Kale met it head on. Their blades collided with a burst of silver sparks. Another creature leapt from above. Rowan's arrow stuck it in midair. Luna summoned a swirling wall of wind that pushed several monsters back into the lake. Mira grabbed Orion's staff and helped guide frightened woodland creatures away from the battle. The fight continued. Minute after minute, the friends moved together without needing words. Every attack flowed into another. Every mistake was covered by someone else, just as they had done since the beginning. Yet, for every beast defeated, 2 more emerged. Vargos watched without emotion. You've grown. His voice carried easily over the battle. But stars always burn out. He slowly lifted one hand. Darkness gathered around his fingertips. The sky dimmed. Even the sunlight disappeared. A single beam of crimson energy streaked towards Orion's cabin. Kale tried to intercept it. Too slow. Luna cast a barrier. Too weak. Rowan fired every remaining arrow. None reached it. The beam struck. A brilliant flash engulfed the cabin. Wood shattered. Windows burst outward. The peaceful home disappeared beneath the smoke. Mr. Orion! Mira screamed. As the smoke cleared, a soft silver glow appeared. The guardian stag stood before the ruined cabin. Its crystal antlers shone brighter than the morning sun. Every flower within the valley bloomed instantly, The lake itself answered. Water rose into graceful spirals around the Guardian. Its voice wasn't heard with ears. It echoed inside every heart. You are not welcome here. Vargos smiled. There you are. The Shadow General drew a sword forged from living darkness. The Guardian lowered its head. The battle truly began. Their clash shook the valley. Moonlight and shadow collided above the lake. Every strike sent waves racing across the water. Every movement painted the sky with brilliant light. The four friends could do little more than watch. This battle belonged to beings far older than themselves. Still, they refused to stand aside. Kale charged towards Vargos. Rowan followed. Luna unleashed her strongest spell. Mira raised every protective barrier she could imagine. Together, they created a single opening. The Guardian seized it. Its glowing antlers struck Vargos directly. The Shadow General stumbled backwards for the first time. Then, he laughed. You've delayed the inevitable. Dark energy erupted around him. The Guardian shielded the four friends. The blast illuminated the valley brighter than daylight. When the light faded, the Guardian was kneeling. Cracks spread across its crystal body. Its beautiful glow had dimmed. No, Luna whispered. The Guardian looked towards the four friends one final time. Then, four tiny lights drifted from its heart. One entered Kale. One entered Luna. One entered Rowan. One entered Mira. Warmth spread through each of them. Not strength, hope. The Guardian's voice echoed one last time. The stars have chosen. Its body dissolved into thousands of silver lights. They floated gently across Echo Lake before disappearing into the morning sky. Silence returned. Vargos looked at the four young heroes. His crimson eyes narrowed. So, the next generation has finally awakened. He slowly turned away. This victory belongs to you, but the war has only just begun. With that, he vanished into swirling darkness. The remaining shadow beasts dissolved into black mist. The storm above Echo Lake disappeared. Sunlight returned. The lake slowly became calm once more. Orion looked toward the sky where the Guardian's light had vanished. He removed his weathered hat and bowed his head. The first Guardian has fulfilled its promise. The silver compass floated into the air once again. This time, it pointed only in one direction, toward the floating mountain far above the clouds. The journey could no longer wait, for the Shadow Court now knew exactly who the four friends were, and somewhere beyond the horizon, ancient enemies had begun to awaken.